Hello. So, I'm back on HugeQuiz, and I'm back to doing a Challenge Chicago Geographer. Now, he actually has a Europe version of this, so without further ado, let us begin. So, here we go. So, this square is, so we have Reykjavik, Kopavgor, Hafnar Fjordur, and then Mossfellsberg, Gardabeer, but it's 2+ words because it's Keflavik, Og, Njor. That's like Keflavik, Og. What is it? Wants me to put the full name, or does it want me to? No. Oh wait, I forgot. You have to click on the square, right? So yeah, it's Keflavik, Og, Njordvik is the full name that it wants. And then Akuriri is, I have to click on the square first. Akuriri, the only one in that square. Torshavn is the only one in that square. Okay, this square is going to be Glasgow. And alright. And Coleraine is 9, so that'll work. And so W, so Waterford is the biggest one that starts with a W in that square. Alright, N. So pretty sure it's Nottingham. Make sure there's not a big one. Norfolk is here, so let's gonna make sure there's not a bigger N. I don't think there is. It's gotta be Nottingham. Yes. Okay, letter U. Surely Utrecht. Sure, it's gotta be Utrecht. I think that's in that square. No, it is not. Okay. Utrecht just misses it. Alright, what else starts with a U? I don't think anything in there's nothing in the UK here that starts with a U. About other U in the Netherlands. Isn't there an Oosk in Belgium somewhere? Not sure. I'm gonna go back to that one. F. Fair. I'm tempting to say Faro, but that's not too big. What else? Any big ones in that square? Seville, Dos Hermanos, Alcalá de Guadaira, Huelva, Harras Cadiz, San Fernando, Chiclana de la Frontera, El Puerto, Algeciras, Merida, Caceres, Badajoz. Anything bigger in the Lisbon area? Lisbon, Amadora, Almada, Setúbal, Gualcasemo, Odivelas, Barreiro, Toulouse. I think the square might actually be Faro, because I don't think there's any. I don't think there's a bigger city in there, because I don't think there's a. Because the only Spanish cities I can think of that start with an F are Fuengirola and Fuenlabrada is in the Madrid area, and Fuengirola is around here, unless it's just in here. I'm pretty sure Fuengirola is bigger than Fuenlabrada than Faro, but I think Fuengirola is further east. I think I'm gonna go with Faro for that square. Yeah. Okay. A. Okay, so this is okay. Now it's Alicante is definitely the biggest ones. I think Murcia and Valencia are the only ones that are bigger than that. Neither of those start with an A, so it's definitely Alicante. Okay, this is gonna be Palma. 2 to 5 letters. All right. M. Okay. So it's not Cagliari, Sassari, it's not. It's going to be a smaller one, unfortunately. It's not Carbonia, it's not Glacius, it's not Salargius, it's not Sestu. Oh man, I should have revised the Sardinia cities before doing this. Shoot, it's a smaller one. I can't think of what it is. Alright, 50 to 100k. This is going to be really tricky because it could be any of these. I'm not sure which one to go with, though. Should I go with Coltiniceta? Should I go with Gala? Should I go with Ragusa? I'm gonna do Gala. Oh, it was Marsala was 100. Alright, fair enough. I thought Marsala was above 100k, but that's fine. Alright, 2+ words. So Corigliano, Rossano, and Lamezia Terme. There's nothing in Sicily that's 2 words. All the other ones in Italy that are 2 words are further north. Alright, I think Corigliano Rossano is bigger than Lamezia Terme, so I'm gonna go with that one. Oh my god! Reggio di Calabria. How did I forget about that one? Oh, that's so bad. Oh, no. Chicago Geographer actually didn't have an answer for that one. And that's fine. Alright, G. Surely this is Gijón. Unless Gijón just misses that square. And just make sure that there's not a bigger city in there. I don't think there is. Just make sure. Yeah, Gijón. Alright. P. Okay, letter P. So. Surely, so. Parla for this one. Or. This is Pisac. Parla's definitely bigger than Pisac. Just make sure. Madrid. Burgos. Oh, Pamplona. It's Pamplona. I'm glad I caught that. Okay. Alright, 8 to 9 letters. Montpellier is 11, so that's way too long. Toulouse is 8, but Barcelona's 8, so that's that one. Okay, S, I have Caesarion here, and is there a bigger one in here? Naples, or not Naples, Genoa, let's see. Commissars via Reggio. Down here, in France, Nice, Marseille, Caen, Antibes, Aix-en-Provence, Avignon. None of these, I mean, Cesario's, I feel like it's gonna be Cesari. I think it's gonna be Cesari. I can't think of anything. Also 50k, Hieris, Hieris Gross, Walsine Sermir, Cagnus Sermir. I don't think any of the, I don't think their names are too long. None of them start with an S. And here is Asti and Alessandria, and Genoa, Imperia, Carrara, Massa, Viareggio. Yeah, none of these start. None of them start with Cinisello Balsamo. Actually, I think no. Cinisello Balsamo starts with a C, and then yeah, I'll just see Basio. It's gotta be Sassari. I hope I didn't miss one. Yep. Okay. 8 to 9. So Rome is 4. Naples is 6. Bologna is 7. So it's gotta be Florence then. That's 8. Yep. I'll just make sure I'm not missing one, because yeah. Okay. Just double checking. 25 to 50k. So what just misses 50k? So Von, York, Chile, those are all above 50k. So between, could be Rezes, could be Saint Herblain, or Les Sables d'Olon, Lorient. I'm gonna go with Saint Herblain. Yes. Now, it was actually, the best was actually Laval, but we got very close, 99.8. And Chicago Geographer was also pretty close. He had St. Malo, which was 95.3. Alright, A, so I think, yeah, okay, so let me just, Amiens, I think, is the biggest. I think it's bigger than either Amiens or Argenteuil. Shoot, which one's bigger? Amiens or Argenteuil? Because Angers is here. Angers isn't in that square. But let me just make sure. I am going, yeah, alright. Just make sure I'm not missing another big one. If I get it wrong, I think it'll be at least 90. I'm going to say Amiens. I picked the right one. It was Amiens. Okay. Alright, letter P. So, yeah. Well, first we'll look at Germany, because there's a lot of big ones in Germany. So what's down here? We have Munster, Mannheim, Karlsruhe, Wiesbaden. Is Paderborn in that square? Stuttgart, Frankfurt. None of them start with a P. Let me just make sure. So, Zurich, Geneva, Basel, Lausanne, Bern. None of the big ones in Switzerland. We got Dornbirn, Bregenz, Lustenau, Feldkirch. None of those start with a P. Up north, Milan area, so Milan, Como, Novara, Varese, Posto Arsizio, Sesto San Giovanni. Like, none of those, Gallerate, none of those start with the P. And then Lyon, Villeurbanne, it doesn't start with P. Strasbourg, Mulhouse, Colmar, Belfort, Besançon, Dijon, Metz, Nancy, and then, Annecy, Grenoble. None of these start with a P. I don't think Paderborn, I don't think, is in that score, but I'm gonna try it. No, it's not. This is tricky. That's Sportsheim in that square. Sportsheim is in that square, and that was 100. Let's go. And he had Piacenza, which only scored 76.6. Okay. L, so it's not Leipzig, that's over here. So Lubeck is also in this square. Let's just see, any big Netherlands ones? Lely-Dorp is just in that square, but let me just make sure there's not a bigger one. Lely-Dorp is less than 100k, and surely there's going to be a 100k plus in Germany, so... So, now Lunen's small, it's not going to be that. Okay, let's get Leverkusen. It's gonna be Leverkusen. That's definitely it. Let me just make sure there's not. Let me make sure I'm not missing an obvious one. I don't think I am. Just make sure. So Duisburg, Bochum, Wuppertal, Bielefeld, Bonn. None of them start with an L. I'm just gonna take it slow. Leverkusen's big, so yeah, Leverkusen. Oh my god, it was Liege. Liege is bigger than Leverkusen? Are you serious? The Chicago Geographer also had Leverkusen. Oh boy. Alright. T. This is gonna be, yeah, I think, is Tonsberg in that square? Tonsberg's not in that square. Copenhagen. I think I'm screwed here. I don't think I can think of any T's in that square. Nothing in Denmark, nothing in Norway. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that one. Alright, 25 to 50k. Is Trollhättan above 50k? I think it is. Yeah, Trollhättan's above 50k. So what should I do? This one's tricky because there's quite a lot in the square that are close to 50k. I really want to say Uddevalla, but that's too risky. Should I go with Sandefjord? Yes, let's go. And Chicago Geographer had Helsingor, which was close. But yeah. Alright, G, so Gavel misses that square. So, this one's tough. It's gonna be a smaller one, unfortunately. It's not Stockholm, it's not Täby, it's not Eckersberg, Whittingo. Yeah, unfortunately, it's sort of Taliesko, it's not none of those. Yeah, unfortunately, it's a smaller. It's going to be a smaller, and it's not Visby. And it's unfortunately going to be a smaller city that I don't know. So, moving on to this one. So this one's going to be now. Yeah, Bergen is in that square. Get that one. Alright, this one, 25 to 50k. So I think, should I go Ostersund or Hamar? I think or is Ostersund above 50k actually? Ostersund's above 50k. So I guess Hamar then. Yes. Okay. 6 to 7, so yeah, Mo i Rana is 7, so is Moss Yoan, but I'm pretty sure Mo i Rana is bigger. Yep. Alright, less than 25k, so think the only ones in this square that are in the square are Narvik and Harstad. So I'm gonna say Narvik, and it was Harstad. I should have went with Harstad, because I'm pretty sure I recalled it being the top 25, but never mind. Alright. This one, alright, below 25k, so there's one in Finland here, I don't remember what it's called. There's, so Galavare, I think, is just below 25k. No, it was Pittea was the answer, and Tornio was the city that I was trying to come up with. Boo hiss. Alright, well, that's not good. Alright, this is definitely gonna be Rovaniemi, for sure. Alright, P, so I think there's, Polyarn, is that Polyarny or Polyarny Zori or something? There's Polyarny Zori or something like that. I'm just gonna go with Polyarny. It was Polyarny Zori. I should have picked that one. But you know what, that's fine. Alright, M for the square. I don't know, Moore is not in that square. No, that's gonna be another smaller one. It's not Hornerson, not Ornskoldsvik, not Skellefteå, not Sundsvall, not Fulun, not Borlänge. I don't think Moore is not in that square, no. Actually, Mariehamn is in that square, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, alright, 25 to 50k for this square, so just below 50k, so I want to say Coca-Cola. Yep. And he had Nokia. I didn't even know that was a city, Nokia. That scored 74.8, but we got it. It was Coca-Cola. That's 100. Okay, I for this one. Alright, so St. Petersburg area, Gatchina, Marino, Sevoloshsk, Sosnovyj Bor, Sertolovo. None of those. Vyborg, Luga, none of those start with an I. Helsinki, Espoo, Vantaa, Jyväskylä, Lahti, Kuopio, Joensuu, Kouvola. Tuusula, Vinka, Lohja, Nurmijärvi, Jorvenpää, Kirkkonummi. None of these start with an I. This is pretty painful. Yeah. Yeah, so this one's gonna be St. Petersburg. That is not going to be St. Petersburg unless it's E or G, no. Alright, I guess that just means... Alright, then... Sosnovyj Bor, then, for that square? No, not on that square either. Tough. Alright, so... Yeah, unfortunately it's going to be a smaller city that I don't know. That's tough. Alright, this one, so... Arkhangelsk and Severodvinsk are not 6 to 7 letters. Letter V, I think, is Vologda in that square. It is not. Tough. There's some really tough ones in here. Alright, U for this one, Ukta. And then K, it's, no, I think, yeah. It's no, Krasnoturyansk is It's not Krasnotaryansk. That's part of Asia. Tough luck. Alright, Narayan Mar for that square. I misspelled it. Narayan Mar. Pecora for that square. And Inta for the square. Okay, 10 plus, I don't think I'm getting these squares. Alright. Letter R. We have Rostock in that square. Let me just make sure there's not a huge one in here. So Berlin, Hamburg, Leipzig, Dresden, Chemnitz, Braunschweig, Wolfsburg, Reagan. I think Regensburg is south. I think it's going to be Rostock. Unless, yeah. I think it's Rostock. Yes. Okay. Alright, 50 to 100k. This is going to be very tricky. What is extremely close to 100? I'm just going to have to name something that's extremely close to 100k. I think Klagenfurt is above 100k. Yeah, it is. What should I go with? Seska Udejovice. I'm just going to type that one in. That was actually it was Udine, but look at how close we were, 98.9. A lot closer than Chicago Geographer, who said Treviso at 87.2. So, yeah. Alright, C. Chorzo, Sestachewa. Sestachewa is huge. Let me just make sure that there's not a bigger one. Warsaw, Krakow, Lodz, Wrocław, Poznan, Gdansk, Szczecin, Bydgoszcz, Gdynia, Katowice, and Lublin. I think it's, unless Sestachewa just misses it, I'm gonna do, Sestachewa. Okay, here we go. Now just below another really tricky one with the ranges there. But, yeah. So, what is just below 50k? So I think in the HugeQuiz database, I think either Martin and Poprad just missed 50k. I'm gonna try Martin. Poprad. Now, they're both just above 50k. Alright, what should I do? So, Croatia, should I do Hungary? How about, I'm gonna do Aird. Aird must be above 50k. Alright. So, this is so tricky. What should I do? Oh, man. About the, number 11 in Slovakia. I forgot if it was Mikulovce or, I don't know if it's that much smaller than Haverov. Karvina. Yes. Okay, yeah, it was Wiener Neustadt, but we very close, 99.6. He had Celje, which was only 77.4. Alright, another one of these. Really, really tricky. What should I do? Should I do Fear? That's above 50k. How about Kashar? That is also there. Kamez. Nope. Oh, those are all above 50k. Okay, How about Bielina? That does not work either. Yikes. Alright. What am I gonna do? Luchnier. That was bad. That was San Severo in Italy. And Dubrovnik, which was slightly better. Alright, well, this is without a doubt going to be Athens. And then this one's going to be Heraklion. Alright, okay. So, Kyrenia for that square. No, Kyrenia's in the north. Alright, so. Alright, what else starts with the K? And none of the other states have the A. So, Servolos, the Katamir, Masagea, Ipsona, Stali, Miskatonia, Katopolymedia. If I can spell it correctly. There we go. Alright. And then I think Nicosia is just under 250k. Yep. Okay, this one's gonna be Yalta. And then, alright, this one's gonna be Rostov. Do I have to type in Rostov on Don? I guess that's on this square. Buhos. Maybe it's this square. Rostov on Don. No, I guess that's this square then. Alright, so what else starts with an R? Alright, I'll come back to that one. Alright, this square, Slavyansk, not Kubani. I'll just make sure. Mineralny Vodi, I think, is in that square. I'm gonna make sure there's not a big two-word one. I don't think there is. Yep. Alright, and then K, Kaspisk. Let me make sure there's not. Kaspisk and Kislovodsk, I think, are both in that square. Just make sure there's not a big one in that square. Makachkala, Astrakhan's appeared, Derbent, Kavkaz, Grozny. I don't think there's any huge ones in the square, so it's either Kaspisk, Kasavyurt, or Kislovodsk. I think all those are like between 100 and 150k, so whichever one I choose, I don't think it's going to be too bad. It was Kasavyurt, but yeah. Okay, well, I picked the wrong one, but at least I still did pretty well there. Chicago Geographer did not have an answer for that one. This one's Astrakhan. Alright, F. What have we got here? Letter F. Alright, R for this square. I don't think there's any big Ukraine ones. Let's start with an R in here. So no, let's finish mainland Europe first. So L, so it's not gonna be Leger, okay, so there's Leskovach, there's Leger. What should I go with? None of those are that big. There's Lovich. And then, we have, Leskovach, Leger, Lovich. What should I go with? I think all of them are above 50k, but this is going to be very tricky. What about North Greece? So Thessaloniki, that the Alexandropolis, Ceres, Comatini, like Lamia, I think Lamia's here. I think Lamia just misses that square. This is tricky. Xandria, Megalia, Ramnakuvalsea, Slantina, Drobita, Tunisera, and another with an L. Brasov, I'm gonna say Lovich. I'm probably wrong. There was Leskovach. I only got 50 for that one. Damn it, and Chicago Geographer had the right city. I was toiling between those two. I picked the wrong one. Such is life. Alright, this one. Pretty sure this one's Stars Agora. Just make sure there's not a bigger one in Turkey. I don't think there is. Vukoy, Zukinskor, Korlu, Cluj-Napoca is over here. So, yeah, surely this is gonna be Stars Agora. Okay. Alright, so... Alright, Debrecen for this, or actually, Lviv, is, so, and Krakow is here, I think, those are all of them. I'm gonna say Debrecen, but let me make sure, could be Vinnytsia. Vinnytsia is big, and so is Debrecen. Oh, no. This is so tough. What should I go with? Debrecen's the second largest, but Ukraine is massive. I'm gonna say Debrecen. Damn it, it was Timisoara. Damn it. That's that much bigger than Debrecen, really. Alright. Fair enough. Alright, so... This one I'm thinking Galatz for this one. Just need to make sure there's not a big one in Ukraine. I don't think there is. I don't think there's a big one in Ukraine. I think it's going to be Galatz. Yep, okay. And for the square, let's get, okay, so Nikopol, or is Nikopol in that square? Let me just make sure. Novohrad, or no, not Novohrad, it's Pavlohrad. I think there's somewhere else. I'm thinking Nikopol is the only one I can think of in the square. I'm gonna go with Nikopol. Yep. Alright. Okay, this one's Rostov. There we go. Alright, so F, I can't think of what that is. Alright, S for this one. It's not gonna be Sovetsk. Brest and Grodno. Sure, there's something big in Poland. So, I think our Slupsk and Suwalki, I think they both just missed that square. Yeah. Salowa Wola. I think that's like 90k, I want to say. Yeah, Xiaoyai, I don't think that's in that square. No, Xiaoyai, I think, is up here. But should I say, Xiaoyai is above 100k. Should I just say Xiaoyai just to be safe? Because that's definitely bigger than Salowa. Okay, it's not in that square. Alright. I don't think Slupsk and Suwalki are in that square. Slupsk I know is here, so I'm gonna go, Suwałki is definitely bigger than Salola. And it was Siedlce. I forgot about that one, but yeah, still got 90.6, and Chicago Geographer did not have an answer for that one, so that puts us further ahead. C here, so, Chernihiev's here, Cherkasy and Chernivtsi are both here. It's not Zhytomyr, not Khmelnytsky, not Rivne, not Lutsk. Minsk, Pinsk, Gorshmazir, Lida, Mladziechna, none of these, Sally Horst, Lobin, Sucharkitsa, none of them start with a C, unfortunately. Oh boy, this is tricky. It's gonna be Ukraine, I bet. Can't think of Ukraine cities is pretty bad. I knew a lot more in Ukraine at one time, but they escaped me. But let's move on to M. So it's really tricky. I know. I'm really not sure what to go for these. All right. Vilnius is definitely bigger than Latvia. And Vilnius isn't even in that square, so it's got to be Riga. Okay, D for this square, Shirley, Dogov, Pils, Piskov, Vliki, Luki. Those are not bigger than that. It's got to be Dogov, Pils. Alright. Alright, 250, 500k. I think Lipetsk, I think, is in the square. Yep, and then E for this square, Angles. And nope, Angles just misses it. It's in this square then. I think this Nizhny Novgorod is this square. No, it is not. I guess Nizhny Novgorod's up there. Yeah, so that's gonna work for this square. No, that's this square. Alright, fair enough. Alright, then it's gotta be, this has to be, it's gotta be Yoshkar Ola then. Let me just make sure. Or is it Naberezhny Chelny? Oh no, where's Naberezh? Should I just say, maybe I should just put, or is this one Naberezhny Chelny? Oops, I mistyped that. No, it's not Naberezhny Chelny. Maybe I should try Naberezhny Chelny to be safe here. Okay, no. So I think this is... Yeah, no. This one's definitely Yoshkar Ola then. Because Nizhny Tagil is much further west, yeah. Chebok, sorry? I thought it was 2 words. Oh, no. It said 10 plus. Oh man, I spaced out and I was thinking 2 words. Oh man. But at least we had something. Chicago Geographer didn't have anything for that square. But anyway, let's move on. E, I'm afraid this one's going to be a smaller one that I don't know. It's not Angles. Angles is in this square. It's not... what about N and here? K for this one. So let's see. So K here. It's not Orsk, not Miosk, not Mios, not Ozyorsk. I don't think Kazan is in that square. Kazan, I think, is, Kirov's this one. So 6 to 7. Irkutsk is not Irkutsk. Ishevsk is 7. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that one we can't get. less than 25k, no chance. Actually, I think Severo Uralsk, I think, might be below 25k. No, it's not. Yep, not getting that square. Rip. Alright, Chelyabinsk is too long. What should I do for that square? Tolyatti, is that in that square? No, Tolyatti's further west. Alright, this square. Let's try Pervouralsk. Not in that square. Oh boy, this is tough. Should I just guess Azbasarverkniaya Pishma? Jeez. What should I go with? Yeah, this is tough. I forgot about this one. Ribeira Grande. Yeah. I mean, this is quite tough. These are a lot of small cities in here. Alright, so 150 to 250k. So Kimki. That's above 250k, so I guess Domo Dodovo. Then that's not, I guess that's also above 250k. Ugh. Korolyov. Oh my god, are you serious? None of these were. Oh wait, I didn't actually press the square. My bad. Is Kimki? No. Alright, then Domo Dodovo. Oh, it was oh no, it was Korolyov. I typed in Korolyov. I honestly thought Domodedovo was bigger, but it was, and Rybinsk was even, which is what Chicago Geographer had, was even bigger than that, so he catches up to me a little bit. Alright, so this is either Vologda or Vladimir. I'm pretty sure Vladimir is bigger. Yeah. Okay. Alright, 10 plus, so this one's St. Petersburg, I think. Yep. Okay. Alright, we're very close to 6,000. What should I get? Should I just go where? Alright, so after comps too long. Alright, so this is not Toost in that square. No, it is not. Oktyabursky's too long. Should I just try Yellow Booga? I'm just gonna try Yellow Booga just to have something that's on that square either. Ay. I don't think Bagol. No, that's 7. Oh boy. All the ones I can think of are not in that square, are not big enough. They don't fit the criteria. F for this one. Yeah, I think these are all going to be. Is Kautless this square? Is that the square on the right? That's the square on the right. Boo hiss. Ay. None of these work. None of them work. That's harsh. This is really harsh. It's not Syktyvkar. What's the one that's just outside Syktyvkar? I can't remember what that one's called. Alright, what about the U? What else starts the U? And Trek just misses that square. Isn't there like an Oosk in Belgium? No. And it's going to be a very small town. Like, these are all going to be very small towns that I don't know. Is Tonshaven in that square? No. Not Tonsberg. Is there... Yeah, this is rough. This is very rough. I don't think I know anything, and I don't think I'm gonna get any of these squares. That's really tough. I should get this square. I'm just gonna say Verknyaga Pishma. That's not even in that square. Alright, Asbest. Not in that square either. You gotta be kidding me. What the hell is in that square? Novouralsk. Oh my god, what the heck? Dude, what is in that square? Beryozovsky. Or I'm missing, maybe I'm thinking of something else. Kamensk-Uralsky is further east. Ay. That's so brutal. All the cities just missed that square. Ay. This is so brutal. I don't think I know anything. I don't think I'm gonna get any of these squares. I'm afraid I might have to give up here, because there's one. Yeah, it's not. And for this one, Nizhin is up here. Nizhin's here. Antievka. Ah, god damn it. This is brutal. I can't. It's not. What are the other ones that are there? Just to pull K here. What's that? There's one that's right here. There's another one there. What's that? No, it's not Troitsk. 8 to 9 letters here. Is Kovrov in that square? Is that Moscow? Am I thinking that? Yeah. Ay. This is. I don't think I can think of anything else. Mladziechna is definitely not on that square. F in that square. I don't think I can think of anything that starts on F in there. R in here. Like, all the ones I can remember do not, all the 50Ks, at least the ones I can remember, they don't start with those letters. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to give up here. Yep, pretty brutal. But, yeah. If I can think of anything else in there, I really should have revised the, cities before doing this, but, you know, I think we did okay. We beat Chicago Geographer by a lot. I don't think Chicago Geographer got any of the squares that I missed, but, yeah, this is, G. Gale just misses that square. No, I can't think of anything that starts with a G in that square. Same with this square. I can't think of any T's. As Tonsberg isn't in that square. But, yeah. Actually, is Ornberg in that square? Yes, it is. Thank God. Okay, so we got a little more, so... And, yeah. Should I do... But, what are the other ones in this one? It's not, what's the other one? It's not, Solikamsk. There we go, pull that one out. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna get any further. I think all the other ones that I'm, missing. I didn't try Novokuybishevsk. Is that in that square? Yes, it is. Okay. Can I think of a K? I don't think I can. About the M in here. Oh my goodness! Mogilev. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness I came up with that one. Oh boy. Yeah. So... M in Sardinia. Monserrato. There we go. Had to dig deep in my brain for that one. And I don't think I'm getting any of the others, so I think now... I think I'm gonna give up here. So, yeah. So, I click end quiz. Yeah. Let's end here. So, here we are. So, what did we miss? Uithorn, Thisted, Gustavsburg, Imatra, Novoye, Devietkino, Vitegra, Velsk, Veliki Ustyug, Krasno-Vyshersk, Shednorelsk, Korkino, Kanel, Irtil, Frolovo, and Rayevskaya. So all the ones I missed are very small towns that I haven't heard of. But yeah. But yep, I did very well. I destroyed Chicago Geographer. But yeah, I should have Harstad. I said it's either Narvik or Harstad. I picked the wrong one. And then I was trying to come up with Tornio, but I said Galvari instead. And then yeah, Reggio de Calabria. I should have had that. I forgot about that one. And yeah. And then Leskovach, I said Leskovach, and I picked Lovich instead. which is unfortunate. But you know what? We did very well. I'm not disappointed at all at my performance. But, yeah. So, anyway, that is it for now.